Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol SNDL, Sundial Growers Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel. Invest for tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we dive into this chart, I want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss towards the end of this video. We've talked about it several times, but we're going to look at its chart, and it's a great learning experience to see everything that it has to offer and what we've talked about previously and what to look at moving forward. Also, I do want to announce that I have a Patreon now. It just went live last night. We have just a few Patreons that have joined, but I do want to say thank you to those that have joined, and I also want to say thank you to those of you that consider checking it out. The link is going to be down below. You'll see more information on it and what I have to offer and what opportunities are there as well in that private community. So the link to the Patreon is down below. So here we are with SNDL. SNDL continues to hit newer lows. Okay, we see that, and it actually is sitting right on the support level that if it got broken through, it would see newer lows. It broke through it slightly throughout the day, and then it bounced right back up. So let's look at our support and new resistance, and it's sitting right there on that support. So this is a true tug of war, and we're going to have to watch it very closely going into tomorrow. So 50-day moving average is 198, and our support is 171. Since we're below the 50-day moving average, we're in bearish territory, and the bulls want to get above it to get into bullish territory. I apologize for mistaking that. So I meant bearish territory. And our support here is 171. So if that gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows, new support levels, and pulling much further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction, which means this could start to see deeper lows into bearish territory. So we need to watch it carefully to see if the bulls try to reappear or are the bears tearing it down. Now, our resistance is 185. This needs to be broken through to continue momentum by the bulls. They need to turn that into a support, break through it, and reach newer highs. But significantly, they need to pull away from it. Why? Because their goal is to get every time one step closer to 198, cross it, to then end up in bullish territory. Now, crossing 185 does not guarantee that the bulls have gained control and that they're going to cross the 50-day moving average. This is just an indicator for us investors to know where the momentum is going, and if they turn it into a support, they can pull upwards to newer highs and new resistance levels. So keep that in mind. As always, guys, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned till the end because you won't want to miss all the information I have for you guys about the ticker symbol we've talked about and what we're going to look at today. Stay tuned. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is one that I talked about a few weeks ago. We touched base on it one more time as it was moving. It had already moved up like $10. I wanted to let more investors be aware of it, and it was a learning experience at that time. Now, I want to go ahead and touch base on it one more time so that us as investors, we focus in on the raw data, the charts, the business model, financials, and the company's structure, right? So I wanted everyone to not look at this one from an emotional perspective and just focus in on the data, the information, and everything that this company had to offer and the potential, moving forward. And also thinking about, the pullback that it had. Was it going to be temporary? Was this actually something to, consider adding to your watch list and so forth? So we touched base on it twice. Now, I just want to touch base on it one more time because once I looked at it, I had actually kind of left it alone, and I was just leaving it in the back end. Didn't want to worry too much about it, but man, I have to mention it. So the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys have probably heard me talk about it already before, and it's almost going to seem like a broken record, okay? And I just want every single investor to learn from this and to see the value in the stocks that we're picking here, that we're looking at, and why I'm telling you guys to add it to your watch list. I also want to announce one more time for anybody that kind of missed it or overlooked it, I have a Patreon now. The link is going to be down below. You will gain access to these stocks that I'm looking at way before they're even mentioned here, as soon as I start analyzing them and putting them on my watch list, right? Because I usually look for a pullback and seeing if there's a consolidation or confirmation before I share it. So it gives me time to do due diligence and research before I announce it. So you're going to get firsthand the opportunity to start doing your due diligence and research before I even mention it here on YouTube. So that's something to look forward to. And there's so much other things I will be sharing on the Patreon. So the link is down below. So the ticker symbol is TWTR, Twitter Inc. So this is the second circle. This is the first circle. I talked about it as it was going down. I had stated this might be the bottom. And if it isn't, it's going to pull back more and it's going to be an even bigger opportunity. Well, it did not drop any lower. It started to run up, consolidated, ran up, and just with the volatility of the market, just continued to hit newer highs. I talked about it at the beginning of February, again, because it had ran up so much in just 2 weeks. And here we are. We're seeing it at the $56, $55 mark, dipped a little bit, and it's ran up all the way up to almost $75 and just had a slight pullback, just like the rest of the market, and it's sitting at $71. This is just for you guys to see how important it is to not look at any stock or investment emotionally, okay? And to always be focused on the business model and paying attention if this is temporary. And that saying that everyone knows, buy low, sell high, that's cliche. And it's like, when do you know when it's low? When do you know it's high? Well, we're seeing a great example of a stock that was falling downwards that had already hit $55, $56. All it's done is grow over time. So we saw one of its highs. So anything below that was a low. That's like one great simple way to look at it. Anything below that high was a low. And then that would be the new high. And then look what happened. It broke out to even newer highs, right? So very interesting stuff here. And you wanted to always know what was going on here. Was it fear and uncertainty? Because it certainly wasn't profit taking. There was a lot of stuff going on with Twitter and it was being bashed. And that's completely understandable on everyone's perspective. I've always said that. And I probably even agree with your perspective, okay? That's not something that I wanted to talk about. I'm not here to talk about the conflict or, you know, the controversial topics about this. I'm here to talk about the numbers. I'm here to talk about the opportunity. This was a big opportunity, and I just want every single investor to understand we cannot look at stocks from an emotional perspective. Now, would I recommend still adding this to your watch list? I would really look for a consolidation or a bigger pullback. We need to see what happens because the potential is showing that it could even go beyond this number in the future or years to come. But that's a really slow process. I mean, this grew pretty fast. I don't know how much faster could this grow in the next coming weeks and months. I mean, it's possible, but I mean, we saw how this recovered, you know, from $40 and it hit a new high in that year and then it dipped down. So we already knew the high. So anything below that, like I said, was a low. So it was a great way to understand this one from buy low, sell high, because we were seeing new lows. And if it went even lower, I had stated even bigger opportunity. And if not, we want to look for some consolidation or a catalyst that starts to bring this one up. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.